Let me turn to Eric Farnsworth. He's the Vice President of the Council of the Americas, a U.S. organization promoting free trade, democracy, and open markets throughout the Americas. Eric, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So a nail-biter here, Lenin Moreno in the lead, but by a very small margin. First of all, how surprising is it that in the first round it was this close? And what are the chances it will go to a runoff?
Well, I think, taking the second question first, I think the chances are very good that it will go to a runoff. I think most predictions, given the number of votes that have been counted, would indicate that the percentage of odds going to a runoff would probably be higher than not. But until the final tally is made, we can't know that for sure. In terms of whether it was a surprise or not, I mean, look, polls across Latin America are notoriously imprecise, and here they were again. So I think most people would suggest that it would head to a runoff. So from that perspective, it's not really a surprise. The tightness of the race, though, I think probably caught a lot of observers.
So what are the big issues for voters in Ecuador? Is it like everywhere else, jobs, the economy, unemployment, inflation? I mean, talk to us about some of the issues that were the most important for voters.
Yeah, it really is. In fact, it's a vote about Ecuador's future and the model that the government is trying to promote. Is it more of the same of the outgoing government of Rafael Correa, more of a populist model over lots of spending, social spending, lots of debt accumulation, or is it a change in course, a more orthodox economic model, et cetera? Jobs are at stake. The economy has not been doing well over the last 2 years, and there are allegations of corruption that have arisen now against the outgoing government. And I think people in Ecuador, just like across South America in particular, are looking for a change of direction.
And how much of this was a test, perhaps, on the legacy of Rafael Correa? I mean, was he a popular president?
Well, he's not on the ballot, but clearly his legacy is being contested right now. In fact, Lenin Moreno is his hand-picked candidate, and he was a vice president here just a couple of years ago. So, yeah, the legacy is very much on the ballot. Correa was relatively popular, but his popularity has decreased as he's been in office longer. He's been in office now 10 years, and he's a bit of a lame duck, of course. But also, as Ecuador's economy has gone from very robust with high commodities prices now to having some difficulty and actually being in recession. So the popularity of the government has decreased accordingly.
So talk about these two men, Moreno versus Lasso, clearly from different political worlds, different philosophies. Talk to us about each of these candidates.
Well, Moreno is actually a very interesting personality. He's in a wheelchair. He's a paraplegic. He was shot in a botched robbery some years ago, and he's really been an advocate for disability rights and has made quite a name for himself at the United Nations, etc. But he is clearly of the populist model as well, and he is looking to continue to promote that. The leading opposition candidate, Lasso, is a banker from Guayaquil, which is Ecuador's primary business center, and he's somebody who has run for president before. He's not unknown, but he's more of a business person, more of an orthodox economics type of personality, and so he would be calling for new direct foreign investment, reduction of debt, opening Ecuador more to the world. So there really is a difference of philosophy between the two.
And finally, Eric, my last question. Julian Assange holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. If you're Julian Assange, which one of these two men do you want to win the presidency of Ecuador?
Well, you clearly want Moreno to win because he said that if Moreno wins, Assange can remain in the embassy. Lasso has very clearly said that if he wins, he will ask Mr. Assange to depart. So this is really going to be important in that context, who wins the presidency.
All right, we'll leave it there. Eric Farnsworth, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.